you guys might recognize him from 8 News Now. He's one of the main anchors there, and he's done some of the tech stories that cover downtown Las Vegas. So please put your hands together for David. You know we play hardball around here.
Are we live? Is this live TV now?
Yeah, you're
Oh, wow, okay.
Actually, well, it'll be edited.
Makeup.
I'll edit my stupid things, but I'll find all yours, so don't worry. But this is the table of truth. We play hardball around here, so I want you to know that you're not getting off the hook. There's none of your fancy makeup people, legions of fans. Right? No, I'm just kidding. I love giving softballs, man.
Softballs. Cool. I can take it.
Okay, so what do you think of the audience? What do you think of the
Very
audience?
nice. I'm impressed.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you think about downtown Vegas? What do you know? Have you done a tour?
Well, you know, downtown Vegas has struggled for so long. I think the whole community is excited about seeing Tony move in and get the support and the supporting you guys. Oh my gosh, it's going to transform the downtown. People are really excited about it.
Good. I'm glad. What do you hear? What's on outside of these walls?
Well, we've covered it several times in our news about your organization, about the various offshoots and the entrepreneurial spirit down here. Just the fact that different businesses downtown are being affected by Tony's moving into the old city headquarters.
Right.
You know, that just has a ripple effect. And you know, there's been a number of stories over the last couple of weeks that we've done, and they're all encouraging to us because we've seen the Las Vegas downtown as kind of a seedy place in some areas, and it's nice to see it come around.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, so have you? When was the last time you did like a little podcast? I guess. I mean, is it? Do you remember back when you were small time, or? Is it...
I haven't done a lot of podcasts, nor do I often get to see a live audience. I'm, looking at a camera most of the time. Yeah. So, although I do a lot of live events as an MC or an event producer, it's neat to have people right here in the room staring at me.
Yeah. and you do a lot of work because what I really liked about our pre-interview was that you have a little bit of entrepreneur spirit. You definitely have had your own kind of brand. Tell us about what you're doing as an entrepreneur and what you've learned.
Well, that's what this logo is. I go by Corvo in the voiceover universe, and I started doing voiceovers about 7 or 8 years ago because I saw retirement heading my way in the next 5-10 years, and I wanted something I could transition from broadcasting into something that I could do anywhere, in my bedroom, in my pajamas, and it would be, not a lot of money, but enough to keep me going. And it's been just great because broadcasting is such a kind of a dog-eat-dog competitive world. Voiceovers, it turns out, is a very supportive, encouraging community, and just really loving the people and the relationships I'm finding here.
Okay, so basically this is just you, right? I mean, are you building like an ecosystem or anything
no,
for it?
No, that's pretty much just me.
Okay.
And I've chosen to do most of my marketing, all my marketing, on social media. So,
okay.
I was an early adopter. I signed on to Twitter in 2007, and really, tried to LinkedIn. I added all those as they come along, and it's working for me. It's really turning some jobs.
Yeah, and so what are some of the lessons you learned along the way that might help other entrepreneurs?
Oh gosh.
Especially people working on their personal brand. Maybe.
See, I blog 5 days a week for the voiceover community, and I found that paying it forward really reaps its own dividends. Just offering free information, experience, links, anytime I can, and it comes back to you manyfold over the years.
Okay, the give first mentality, I like that. That's a lot of things around here to run too.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into your gadgets. So you got Microsoft Surface here. What throughout time, what were some of your favorite? Do you have like a Newton or anything back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
You have a bunch of cool gadgets you can reminisce about.
I remember Magic, General Magic. Remember that? Anybody remember General Magic?
Yeah. What is it?
It was some of the Apple programmers, right?
Right, and they formed their own business, and they came out with really one of the first
virtual assistant.
You still have it?
Oh yeah, it's about that thick. It's about that big, but it was one of the first ones to come out. And then of course, a Pilot. I've always used those all along. And yeah, all that stuff.
Well, what's your fancy now? What app and tablet is?
Well, I have an iPad. I have an Android tablet, a Motorola Zoom. I have a Nexus 7 Google, and I've got the RT. Surface.
You brought the Surface, or is it your favorite? Or
I'm really trying to discover all I can do, and I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, it seems like a really cool product. I haven't played with one very much, but I used to have this all the time, and I didn't think I would actually. At first, I was like, yeah, man, that'll be fine, So
I'm just waiting to see what happens with Microsoft and with Apple and with Android now. And Facebook came out with their phone today. And I'm waiting to see what happens this year. I'm so invested in the iPhone and all its apps and that I don't really want to leave that, but I keep seeing Samsung come up pretty strong. So
yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
we'll see what happens.
All right, so all those other suits that are hanging out in the newsroom, do they realize that it's going to be a lot of transition period? Do you think News 8 is going to be on top of that, or like, what are you guys doing?
We're really trying. In the audience is our director of digital media, Chris Way, right here with the
Face recording.
Chris is a genius, and he's kind of dragged us kicking and screaming into the 21st century, and we have to. There's just no way. I mean, the generation that's coming up doesn't wait until 5, 6, or 7 to watch the news. They get it on their smartphone and their tablets, or both at the same time, or while they're watching the news, all three. So we really have to. We have a trusted brand. We have good loyalty, and we have good content. And how do you translate that into the new world and monetize it? That is the challenge.
Yeah. So have you guys? I heard Mike Cow was saying maybe that you're starting to look at maybe using Wedgies or any of the other downtown companies. Like, would you have any loyalty to the companies down here if it made sense?
Love to. I haven't sat down with Mike long enough to hear about that.
Okay.
But I'll say one thing to this audience, and that is that I'm trying to get our boss, and I've finally got him agreed to do this, to do Google Hangouts during our all-important May sweeps period. So we have investigative stories, and we're going to build off of those at the end of the newscast. We're going to invite people to a Google Hangout after the news and carry that into the newsroom, bring in experts, and we invite you all to join us. My boss has a hard time with Google Hangouts because whenever we do them, we end up with people from Belgium and Australia and Boston, and he wants local Google people. He wants people from this community to come forward and join us. So I ask you to join us, and I'll try to pass that word out through this community as to when you can help us, because we really want local people to join us.
Yeah, after Gene sent me the info, we'll do that kind of thing. So high five, man.
All right,
Okay, so obviously you guys are working hard, but does it make you worried at all about how fast people are getting info? Because this is kind of this common theme, and I'd be curious about if you're worried about the quality.
It brings up the whole idea of what journalism really is, and it's one of the few professions that doesn't have any accrediting or certification. Like a bar, or nurses, welders, teachers, they all have an accreditation or certifying point, and journalists don't. I mean, any blogger can call themselves a journalist, and who's going to call them on it? I mean, some of them are really good and probably would qualify as journalists, but others.
I call myself a news anchor.
Yeah, there you go. By the same token, I've never had a journalism class in my whole life. Right. So I brought myself when I started on the radio and then worked my way up. So anybody can call themselves a journalist, but it does matter. It does matter that you confirm your facts and that you vet your interviews and that you write it well. And because good content is still appreciated.
Yeah.
And that's what the legacy news media outlets are still doing. They just don't know how to put it into the digital universe.
Right, and I definitely see that too. I think that there's going to be that time where we all get the information first, and then we realize how poor it is, and slowly start to trust a more trusted brand, which is a good place for news now.
Like the landing of that plane in the middle of the river in New York City. I mean, the first guy there with a picture was the guy with an iPhone. But I think TV news still does some things better than anybody else, and one of those things is live coverage of happening events that are developing as you go. And people still like to feel and see that and hear that live coverage. I think there's a place for it, but the heyday of TV is past.
Yeah, but it'll be a fun new world, and I think it's cool that you came and talked to us. I'm glad you're kind of exploring what's going on around here, and it's real special to all of us, and it's great to see someone like you come by. So thank you so much.
My pleasure, Charlie. Thank you.
Appreciate it.